Hey, first of all, I'm filming this and I've got a cold. But anyway, want to make some content, want to pack some stuff up. Anyway, getting ready to do a trip to Florida here, panhandle of Florida here in a couple weeks. I'd like to take the wife down there every springtime. She gets a little cabin fever tied up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's kind of a little bit rainy and drizzly. So we like to go down there and Pensacola area, go down on the Alabama side, Floribama area, if you know that. Pretty cool bar to check out. Anyway, I like to take some fishing stuff with me. I always do. This is by no means probably the best stuff to take down there. It's just stuff that I have. What I found is I like to go down, have some tackle and stuff with me that I can try out from fishing from the beach, fishing from piers, all that kind of stuff. And then if I find the locals are using something else or I need live bait or whatever, obviously there's plenty of other places to go down there and stores and pick that stuff up. But this is just kind of the stuff that I grab and take with me, just so I have some stuff to be ready to go. So I'm going to go over some of this stuff. If you have ideas of stuff that I should take, or different stuff that you take, some of this is a mix. Remember, I live in the Pacific Northwest. Some of this is a mix of stuff that's just kind of here locally that we use. Some of it's from previous trips that I've been down there. Some of it's just from watching other people fish down there. Shout out to Brant, who has a channel down there. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, he's always going around fishing down in that area. I'm going to go over some of the stuff I have now. I have a 3-piece SDS travel rod that I use. I put my fishing reel in this hard-sided box. That way it can't get broken on the airplane. In fact, I use a Pelican case for my check-in bags. I've traveled extensively in the military and everything else, and nothing sucks as much as picking up your luggage at the end and having broke stuff in it. So anyway, expensive product. I'll keep it in this when I do my checked bags. Excuse me, to make sure that it doesn't break. So anyway, so rod and reel. Next thing is I have a little, this goes in my fishing vest. I like to wear a fishing vest. It makes it easy to go up and down the beach and everything else. And I also have a backpack. So when I pack up all my stuff, all of this gear goes in the backpack. Some of it goes in the fishing vest. I can throw in the fishing vest, take off. Some of the stuff like this big one that we'll get into that doesn't fish in the fishing vest stays in the backpack. A lot of times I won't grab this, but then I still have that stuff with me. So if I need to go back to the car or the hotel room or whatever, I can go back and get it. Or sometimes I'll throw in the fishing vest, throw in the backpack, and then the backpack still has a whole bunch of extra room in it. So if I want to take a lunch, drinks, do whatever, then I have them both. Anyway, so I'll show you the fishing vest when I load it all up. But this little double-sided thing, it's just terminal tackle basically. It's got some beads in it, swivels. On the other side, it's got bobber stoppers and hooks. And then, especially down there, warm salt water, everything has teeth. So I use wire leaders. So I have the little crimping tool, or the little ferrules for the wire leaders. So if we get into that, I've got 2 sizes of wire leaders. These you can actually tie in knots too. They're plastic coated. I've had really good success with these. I like them a lot. They're 40 pound and 26 pound, but they're pretty small in diameter. And then along with that, in my vest, I keep a pair of what do you want to call these? Crimpers, I guess, right? So these will also be in my vest so that I can make up more leaders if I need to. We're talking about the big box. So the big box has, we'll open this one up so you can see. So, has some bigger spoons type stuff. It's got rattle trap size baits. It's got some swim bodies, fish in there, some extra jig heads, some other color swim bodies in them, and just more of these kind of rattle traps. So, anyway, that's pretty much what's in this one. Like I said, this one pretty much just stays in the backpack. I might grab 1 or 2 things out of it when I initially rig up if I want to go try them or whatever. But that's that. these go back on my vest. It's a pair of pliers. These are pretty good ones. The only complaint I have is that I stripped out a screw where it's supposed to be the little leader cutter in there, and I got to get that fixed. But if you notice the tips of those, they are split ring pliers. They do have a lock. They work pretty good for unhooking fish. They do have a couple little crimp sections in there. Anyway, always a good idea to have a set of pliers with you. This is the other little dual folder I have. This has got some knife jigs in it. Some knife jigs, some smaller rooster tail type stuff on one side, and then on the other side it's got some more like more of the little style rattle trap stuff. From what I've seen in saltwater, like if it'll fish bass or it'll fish salmon, these fish will go over it. You know, warm water fish are super aggressive. They eat bait. They blow up bait balls. I mean, you know, we don't really have that a whole lot here. But anyway, this is the other thing that goes in the vest. Some leader line. Also some heavy leader line. If you have, most of these fish aren't really shy, but I do take some 50-pound to tie leaders or weights or whatever that I don't want to break off. I do have some more hooks. These guys, I'm not going to need all these damn hooks. I think I pretty much actually have all I need already, so this probably won't go. Split rings. I like to do everything now with split rings. I've changed out, like if you look at these guys, I've now changed all of my treble hooks to single, what do they call it? Circle hook style on a piece of bead chain. Pretty popular thing now here in the Northwest for like salmon fishing, for fish that roll, move around a whole lot. By not having it where between the mouth where a treble hook is on here and the actual swim body, they can't pinch and roll. So when it's hooked now, this can do whatever it needs to do, and the hook will stay and it will just roll. And if you look at that little piece of bead chain, that now becomes like a leader. So this circle saw hook, of course, is designed to hook fish in the side of the mouth, but I mean, you know, you can catch barracuda and all that kind of stuff on there, so it protects it a little bit more. And then when you go to unhook them, it's really easy instead of fighting with treble hooks. I'm sure that the hookup is probably a little bit more difficult, but I'm going to try it out. I have treble hooks. I can replace them all when I'm down there. So I have a whole bunch of split rings of different sizes that I'll throw into my kit to be able to change out all those hooks. Let's see, weights. So fishing weights, I kind of have, once again, a little bit of variety of everything, you know, from split shots to these surf perch style Sputnik weights. You can bend out the legs like this, right? So it acts kind of more like a boat anchor. Gives you a little bit better purchase on the ground. Some sliding weights to do Carolina rigs. Some flat disc weights. Anyway, all that kind of stuff. Try not to go too overboard with these, just because, once again, it is weight. So trying to just kind of take the minimum of what I think I need. If I need any bigger stuff, then I'll just purchase it when I'm down there. So that covers the weight. Let's see what else I got here. So these also go on my vest. If you've never used these little tackle wallets, man, they're handy as heck. So if we look in here, like here's some already pre-made wire leaders, some, what do they call those rigs? Pompano rigs that I've made up of different stuff. See these flies? So I'm gonna try this new thing I just learned by watching someone else's channel. So, of course, saltwater fish go after shrimp, that kind of thing, and that's what these flies are supposed to mimic. But when you're using a standard spinning reel, like that doesn't have enough weight to be able to cast it very far to use. So you could use a Carolina rig, you know, with an ounce of weight on it and cast it. The problem then is that the 1 ounce of lead will try to drive the fly to the bottom. You'll have to retrieve pretty fast. So I found this new to me product. It's not a new product, but you see that? It's a plastic bobber. But what this does is that if you remove the end of that, like so, you can fill it with water. So this becomes your casting weight, but because of the plastic, it's basically neutral buoyant at that point. So now you have enough weight of water in here that when you cast, you can cast distance, but you can still rip a fly across the surface because this little guy is pretty much neutral buoyant. It's not dragging you down. The plastic in it is enough to pretty much keep it at the surface. It does act kind of like a little bit of teaser when you're ripping it across the surface, and then you just run your fly with a leader behind it, and it allows you to keep fishing on the surface. So if you see fish blowing up on the surface, you can use one of these. So I took this, I created my own little leader through it, so it's quick connect. So just a loop at the top. I put a swivel down here at the bottom. You've got a little bead that the back of this bobber then hits on, so when it's tight like that, it keeps that plug sealed up in it. And like I said, if you want to really be on the surface, fill it halfway with water. If you want it to sink down about a foot or so, because of the weight of the other terminal tackle, fill it all the way with water. So I'm excited to try using these. This product, if you've never seen it, is called Best Fishing Secrets. 6-pack casting bubbles. I think this is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to try it. So I've got those. I got some regular, we use these as river drift bobbers, but I do have what am I trying to say, beads, and in my kit I have the sliding knots, so you can adjust these. If I can cast out like off of a dock and I want my bait to suspend at 12 feet, like I'll just put a bobber stopper at 12 foot and I can use one of these guys and it'll go. Let's see, so what's in the other wallet that I have here? Mainly just this is actually kind of more Oregon stuff, but a little Sabuku rig, some other just stuff for running bait and hooks, and then bait's an issue, right? Like, so you go down there, and if you don't go buy bait the first day, then what are you gonna do? So I got a whole bunch of these artificials. So these fish bite strips, so like this one's shrimp flavored. If you see them in the package, they're just long strips. Cut them off, cut them at an angle. They're made out of pig skin, so they're really tough. And you can just hook them on there, and they are scented. I don't think they work as well as live bait, but they do work pretty well. So there's that shrimp, there's squid. Here's another shrimp one. Excuse me. Here's sand fleas, little plastic sand fleas. Those were good too. What's this guy? You got the ghost shrimp little guys, and then basically just some really small little like swim bait style small minnow stuff. So I packed those in my vest. They're pretty easy to do for bait. And then same thing, I use the gulps. So like the little jig bodies in pink. Here's like little grub worms. Anyway, just these different colored ones. And if you've ever been down like in that area and fished, like a lot of times the first thing you do is actually use the little stuff. You catch bait, and then you turn those fish into bait for catching bigger fish. So that's pretty much all of the gear that I'll load up, and then I'll load it in my fishing vest, and I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, here's the fishing vest. I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you can see it, and what I load in. I'll kind of go through the whole thing with you here. Let's see, is that pretty good? All right. So this is just a vest that I picked off Amazon. It's a Chinese special, but these folding packs, I said, go in pretty good. So in the big pouch. So for me, this is my terminal gear. It goes the left side, so that when I reach down for it with my right hand, so it goes in there. In the front of this one, I keep all these little packs of bait go in here. It has this pocket right here on the inside. So on the inside, all of my bigger packs of gulps and all that kind of stuff. They fit right inside here. Okay, so that's, oops. So then also on the side of the vest, I do have a pair of lip grabbers, whatever. If you see that they're chewed up, that's from catching bluefish in Florida before. So those just go on the side, right there. And then the only other thing on this side is I do have a hook sharpener that's attached to the vest. On the other side of the vest, obviously, we put in our other bifold tackle. Fits in there good. In the front of this one, we're gonna add, where'd it go? We're gonna add these two casting bobbers I talked about, and then the two regular bobbers. So those go in there if I need them. All right, so I have the other pocket on this side, and on that side I run my two fishing wallets. They fit in there real nice. So then that side's loaded out. So on this side, I took off my pliers because I was using them, changed some tackle. So we'll put those guys lock back in there. Okay, so my fishing pliers go down on this side, and then off the back of this vest, there's also this bigger pocket here. So that gets my weight pack and my any other line gear, that kind of thing. So that goes in there. Come on. All right, and so once it's all loaded out, there's my let's move that out of the way. There's my fishing vest. It's all set up. It's ready to go. This is not it's not a PFD. It doesn't have any buoyancy stuff in it. Aim that back up so you can see me. Doesn't have any buoyancy stuff in it. It's just a holder of fishing gear. But I'm a bigger frame guy. Seems to work really well. Allows me to easily pack around a whole bunch of stuff and be on the move. So I really like that. This other stuff, like I said, goes in a backpack. So I'll show you the backpack that I use. And yeah. So this is my fishing backpack right here. It's not designed to be a fishing backpack. It's designed to be a computer bag. I went to Goodwill. I picked up this High Sierra backpack for like $6. So, but it's got multiple pockets. It's got, heavy duty handle on it. It's got good straps. So it's really convenient for me. So, in this will go this extra thing of tackle, my reel box. The vests will then sit in the top of this chamber. Out here in this other pocket, I lied when I said that all my line and stuff went in my vest. It doesn't. It goes in here because I don't need it. I have made up leaders and stuff already. Same thing with the crimping pliers because I don't need those on the vest. They go in there. And then basically when this is all said and done, it will it'll be ready to go. I just grab this bag and grab my rod and take off. So I'll show you the rod and the reel here in a minute. One other thing that I'm taking this year that I haven't done before is I got this Scotty lock. I think that it's designed for a boat gunnel, like you clamp it onto the side of a boat and then you can use your rod holder, like, come on. There's a little indent in here somewhere that There it goes. Anyway, so these lock in. Then you can use the rod holder. The rod holder's got a lock. You can twist it. You can tilt it up and down. You can do whatever. I'm going to use this year. I'm going to take this with me for pier fishing. I don't like to just lay my rod up against a hand railing. It doesn't allow good action for the rod. If a big fish hits it, it can pull it out and everything else. I'm going to try taking this so I can lock it onto a hand railing on the side of a dock or whatever, and then I can actually positively, just like in a boat, I can lock my rod the way it's supposed to be in this rod holder, so I have full action of the rod, and there's no likelihood of my rod going over the side of a pier or doing whatever. So I've got to get that in. The other thing that, of course, I always take is a good fillet knife. This one, I don't know where I got it. Sharp. It's got a pretty good case on it, so it's a good packer. Anyway, last thing I'll show you is the my rod and reel. So for a reel, I'm using this Akuma Cedros, Cedros. It's a 4000 series. I did a little bit of research. I believe the drag on this is like 45 pounds for a small body reel. It's kind of what I want for that fishing. I do like the oversized foam handle. I have 50-pound braid on it. And because this is a travel rod, I don't know if you can see this very well, but basically on the end, instead of a swivel, I just use a loop, and I use a dual locking swivel so that I can take this dual lock off, put the reel on the rod, just grab the loop, string all the eyes, and put this dual lock swivel back on it. Makes it real fast for take up, take down. I don't have to cut any knots. I don't have to retie any line. Anyway, so far it's worked really good for that. And then, like I said, I have a little towel in here to take up space. I keep it in this hard-sided box so that the reel doesn't get beat up. So to pack it up, I just remove the handle, put my reel inside my box with my handle, and now it's in there tight, doesn't rattle around, and it's protected. TSA is not gonna screw me on that one. Yep, still sick. Anyway, here's my travel rod. So comes in this great little travel case. It's an Akuma SST 3-piece rod. Let's see. So overall length is at 8'6", medium hard action, rated for 10 to 25 pound line. Really like this rod. I've taken it to Belize and fished with it. Taken it to Florida a couple times and fished with it. Anyway, great travel setup. So I carry the rod in the case, carry on, and then I'll put in all of my backpack, fishing gear, all that stuff goes in my check bags, and yeah, and then that's it. So then when I get to the other end, I have everything I need to go hit the water. So that's kind of my setup. What do you guys think? All right, so here it is. Here's the backpack. Got all the fishing gear. This will go in my checked gear, but it's got reel, everything that I need inside that. And then here's the travel rod, all boxed up in its case. And I always just carry this on. It's pretty easy to carry it on and stick in the overhead. But this stuff, the backpack stuff, I'll get checked. What do you think? What am I missing? What do you guys like to carry? Is there anything, have you ever found like one lure that works all over the world? Obviously there's a little bit of difference between saltwater worm fish and saltwater cold fish, but yeah, I think I've got pretty much covered. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. If you have comments, let me know. Like I said, always looking for new gear or some kind of better tactic or better storage system. So thanks for watching.